Hey everybody, Lee Pennington here. Welcome, wherever you are from in the world. Really appreciate that you have taken the time to listen to what we've got to say today. It is very important, the information that we're going to be delivering on this call. Now, before we do, I would ask please that you can just put into chat that you can hear me. Just put a 1 or a 2, and that you can see the screen that says the future of Vyral. And then as soon as I know that, we can begin. Thank you, Jonathan. Perfect. So a hell of a lot of people on the call today. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. Mercy, Maria, Martin, thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I would say is that, first of all, I'm going to be recording this. So the recording will also be put into the Vyral group, the Telegram group. I do appreciate that not everyone will be able to watch this live. So if you are watching this as a recording, as those people that are watching it live, I would just ask that you stay till the end. It's not going to be a long presentation, and I will cover everything that you need to know, because like I said, there are some vital pieces of information on that. We're also going to be revealing something that is probably a little bit of a bombshell. Okay, I won't lie to you about that. But what I also want to do is give the reasoning behind that. Now, to begin with, I am going to ignore the chat box for just a little while. The team are there, so the team will answer any questions that do come in. And at the end, like I say, only looking to be about 10-15 minutes. I'll answer any questions that are coming into me directly. What I would also say is that if you are watching this as a recording as well within the Vyral Telegram group, I'll be within the Telegram group to also answer any questions that you may have going forward. Now, like I said, I'm going to jump straight in and get straight to the matter in hand. And the first thing to let you know, and again, we're going to go through everything about this, is that we are actually cancelling our crowd sale. Now, before anybody comes up in arms and starts shouting and anything, I am going to explain exactly why. I'm also going to explain what that means to you and also what that means to the community. So all I would ask is that, yes, that is a bit of a bombshell, but if you could just give me the next 5 to 10 minutes, it will all make perfect sense. So why are we cancelling the crowd sale and the reason for it? And this is the next steps that we're actually going to go into. So the number one reason is that we're cancelling our crowd sale is funding has not been an issue. Okay, so we have decided that it would be more beneficial for the community to detokenize Vyral and focus on the open source Ethereum-based dApp native tool, so that community can use it, build on it, and grow it without a token. So what does that actually mean? It actually means that we've been able to get to this point where we've actually developed our smart contract and we've actually developed our dApp without the need of any external funding. Now, is that something that we should then go into a crowd sale knowing that the funding isn't needed? And in all honesty, the ethical answer to that is no. So what does that actually mean? Well, the Vyral teams also, they do not feel it's right, me mainly, to proceed into a crowd sale to collect funds for a project where funds are not needed. Okay, now let's sink that in for a little while. Most ICOs, okay, when you actually contribute or when you purchase the token, what you're actually doing also is investing in the idea, in the development of that idea. And you'll look at the kind of time frame, you'll look at the roadmap, and it'll tell you what's going to happen. So in Q1 of 2018, we will be working on our smart contract. In Q2, Q18, we actually created a dApp. We've actually done all this already. And when I say we've done all that, we've actually invested our own money, like we mentioned on numerous occasions, into the project, even before we've got to the crowd sale. Was that the right thing to do? It's open for debate. However, we are at a point now where, do we go into a main sale, into a crowd sale, and actually take on more money where it's not actually needed to develop the project? So what does that actually mean for the community of Vyral? And this again will maybe a little bit of a more of a bombshell, but again, I will explain this fully. And like I say, what we want to do through the whole process is be completely 100% transparent. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to contribute, all contributions will be refunded. What that basically means is that anybody who's purchased any share tokens, we're going to refund that over the next 10 days. Now, it should be a lot quicker than that, but we want to give ourselves a little bit of grace because any refunds that are done via the blockchain and via a smart contract, okay, it isn't as simple as pressing the refund button. Okay, we actually have to look at the addresses, download the CSV file, look at the transactions that failed, and then start with the refund process. And as you can imagine, we've done, dependent on the actual price of Ether at this time, it fluctuates between 1.7 million and $2 million that we are actually going to refund if you equate it to that in a dollar price. Now, what we're also going to do is we are actually going to make that announcement, okay, so that you can check your Ether address to actually look that that refund has come back to you. Now, we do appreciate massively your original purchase, but like I say, we believe that in order to achieve the true utility of Vyral that we originally planned, to make the project open source is the best decision moving forward. And also, it's the most ethical decision as well. And again, I'll explain that a little bit further. Now, what I want you to do through all this process is actually take the Ether address that everybody contributed to, that everyone purchased their share tokens, and you can actually look at that Ether address, and we'll drop that into the group now, into the group chat, and I'll also drop it into Telegram. I'm sure a lot of you do have it on file, but I want you to actually look at that and interrogate it, and also see that we haven't used any of those funds to get to this point. Okay, so all the marketing that we've done, all the advertising that we've done, all the development of the technology, all the team that we've built, that has completely been self-sufficient from our business, from our company. Everything that's been contributed to us, everything that's been invested as such, is still in exactly the same place. Okay, and you will also be able to see over the next few days, those refunds are going to be made and sent out to the community. Okay, and again, what are we going to do about that to ensure that there's total transparency is we're actually going to keep open the Telegram group. Okay, so the Telegram group will stay open. That's vitally important. You know, we are going to be on hand to answer any questions. Okay, but what we don't want to do is completely disappear. That would be extremely worrying to you and extremely worrying to the community. So you can actually see firsthand that all the refunds are going to take place and everybody gets back what they actually invested into Vyral. And again, that's important. What I would ask, okay, and again, we'll talk about this, is that the Telegram group isn't there to, let's say, be offensive in any way to any of the team members. So please just bear with us through that process. And like I say, we are going to be at hand 24/7 to answer any questions that actually do come in. Now, on saying that as well, not everybody did contribute to Vyral, and also we've got a massive kind of community, and this is regarding the actual airdrop. So after speaking to legal counsel, we have decided to not continue because basically what legal counsel has advised is that in order us to complete the airdrop with regards to the way that we wanted to do, we should additionally do a KYC and AML on every airdrop participant before distributing. Now, since the share token will also not be distributed, the airdrop will be cancelled as well. Now, again, you know, let's fully explain the reasoning behind that. I've just explained that obviously we've got to this point and we've done what we set out to do with the development of the technology. Okay. Now, the thing that what we should actually say is that the easiest route for us to take now would actually to be do a crowd sale. okay, and to do a crowd sale and bring in more Ethereum into the Vyral kind of business as such. But hand on heart, you know, what are we actually taking those contributions in for? What are we actually, you know, making that money for? And also, we need to go into a project being 100% committed. And I'm not willing to take those funds, what people have contributed, knowing that we didn't actually need them. Okay. And that brings into a whole new level of where we want to be with Vyral and what we want to do with it. Okay. This isn't the perfect outcome for everybody. Some benefits are that a lot of people are going to get a lot more back than when they first invested. Number one, Ether, when we first started the Vyral project, was it about $300 per Ether? Now it's about $1,100 per Ether, and you're going to get it back in Ether. So if you contributed 1 Ether, you'll get 1 Ether back. If you contributed 10 Ether, you'll get 10 Ether back. So again, that's probably one kind of you know, silver lining to the cloud as such. Now, what I also want you to check out is that not only have we been you know, doing all the marketing, working behind the scenes, striking the partnerships as such, we've also been working round the clock on the actual on our GitHub. So you can actually look at our kind of GitHub, you can look at the project, you can look at the development that's gone in, you can look at our guys, what they've been working on. So we have been working around the clock on the development of this application and the development of this technology. And again, you know, if you look at it from that perspective, you know, we've not only invested a lot of time, we've invested a lot of money as well. Now, you may think, and you will quite rightly so, that you've invested a lot of time within the Vyral community. And again, you know, we do appreciate that. So please do go to GitHub and you'll see, you know, that repo has been updated regularly by all the development team. Okay. And you can monitor that and you can see what's going on, because we are now going to make this actually open source for people to actually start using and actually bring to life the vision that we anticipated. Okay. And that's vitally important. And lastly, before I do come in and answer any questions, it hasn't been an easy decision. Okay, it really hasn't. And like I mentioned, it isn't all about the money. It should never be about the money. And if it was, we would be keeping the $1.8 million, but we're actually refunding the $1.8 million because we don't need it. You know, we've done what we set out to do, and it would be wrong for us to actually, in my personal opinion, keep that money, and even worst case scenario, go into a main sale and bring more Ether in just for the sake of doing it. Now, if we got to the main sale as well, and this is why we've made a decision so early on, if we got to the main sale and then we distributed the tokens and then we decided this wasn't the right path and we should refund, we wouldn't be able to do it. Because once the share tokens have been distributed, obviously they then start to go, you know, on Ether Delta, onto exchanges, whatever it may be. So it would be extremely difficult. So we've made this really tough decision. You know, we've also got together as a team and decided that, like I mentioned, the most ethical thing to do is actually to refund. Okay, and actually don't move forward with the crowd sale. You entered into a partnership with us as Vyral, and what you did, you installed your trust into us, and you also liked the vision of the project. So we have to look after that and we have to honor that trust. And like I say, this is the best way forward for Vyral, without upsetting all the community, you know, by taking the contributions when we don't feel that they're needed to get us to this point. Will this decision please everybody? No, it won't by any means. But we will be available within the Telegram group to answer any questions, and also to give a more in-depth, detailed description of the decision-making process that we have chosen. But like I say, please do put ourselves in your shoes, in our shoes, I say, and look at the fact that it would be much easier for us to actually keep that contribution, those funds, and just proceed the way that we have been proceeding. I am going to answer some questions now. I will come in to the chat, and there's a lot of people on the call, and I will answer every single one that comes in. If you're watching this now in the Telegram group, because we have done a recording, then please do ask any questions that you want within the Telegram group. Either myself or one of the team will actually answer that for you. So let me come in here now and answer any questions. Okay, so Heinz says, joined a bit late. Is Vyral going to continue in a different manner, different name, etc.? No, Heinz, it isn't. So we're just cancelling the crowd sale and the airdrop. Like I say, we'll provide the description of everything that we're doing within Telegram. The refund process will now begin, and that doesn't matter whether you've contributed 1 Ether or 500 Ether. Everybody within the community will get exactly back what they contributed. Okay, and like I say, you can check via Etherscan. You can maintain your contact with the Telegram group, and people will obviously start to comment when refunds are going through. We aren't going anywhere fast. Okay, we aren't going to close anything down. We have our support desk still open. I'm still ready, available, as well as the team in the Telegram group. The only time we'd ever stop a Telegram group if there was a vast amount of abuse coming in, because I've explained to the team they're not there to take any abuse. So that is going on. So Altif, will you refund only the original invested amount? What about the bonuses? At LAF, the bonuses were only ever in share tokens. There are no share tokens now. Okay, so your individual investment will get your Ether back that has gone up in price. Yes, so that is what you will get back, everything that you've contributed. Okay. Thank you, Heinz. I really appreciate that, and that's the reason why. Okay, so why can't the token continue? Just because we don't need the token to continue down the route that we want. You know, we're going to make it open source. We're going to make it so the DApp can be used. You know, they're not going to be able to need share tokens to fund the DApp. Okay. So will there be any way in the future that we can benefit of this project in the future? We will definitely keep the Vyral community informed about anything that goes on within the future, and any way that they can get involved. We do hope that this shows that we have the community's best interest at heart. Yeah, for sure. It's you go into an ICO. Obviously, the aim is to bring a project to life, and we've done that. But it is important to understand that I couldn't go forward with knowing that we didn't need millions and millions of dollars. But that is the kind of crux of the matter. So what is the business model going forward then? Jonathan's asked a good question. What is the business model going forward then, i.e. B2B as a license fee? At the moment, Jonathan, it is, in all intensive purposes, going to become open source. So people will actually be able to use the Vyral technology for free. Okay, and that's what we wanted. We want communities to be built with the Vyral technology. And we want them to actually reward their communities. And we've said that all the way through this process. Our kind of vision, our kind of ethos has never changed. Our overall, what we want to achieve is still achievable without the tokenization. And that will now, like I say, be open source. Okay, so like I said, I know it's a bit of a bombshell. I hope people can understand why we've done this. I'm sure there will be a lot of people who don't understand why we've done this. All I can do is say we're sorry about that. It was never any intention to not continue with the crowd sale. But when we look at it via the information in front of us, this was the best outcome. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, unless there's any more questions coming in, What I would say is that we will now close this call down, and then we are going to start beginning the refund process of approximately $1.8 million. So is there any more questions coming in? I'll wait for 60 seconds. And if there's anything that needs answering, please do ask it now. And like I mentioned many times on this call, if you are watching this as a replay, don't hesitate to ask any questions as well. Okay, so nothing coming in. And like I mentioned, firstly, massive appreciation for everybody who got involved with Vyral. It isn't the perfect outcome for everybody, but we feel it's the best solution. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need to send a screenshot of the transaction. No, we have all the transactions within our wallet. We can actually then look at them as well from Etherscan, and you can do. We don't need your wallet address because we are just going to refund back to, and that's an important point as well. Exactly where we were. How was? Let's go back to explain that. The share tokens were going to be sent back to the address that you contributed from, and that will not change. Okay, in the fact that we will now refund back to the address that you contributed from. Okay, so again, that's important to know. So what do you need to check? You just need to check your normal Ether address. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. And yeah, we could have wrote up a blog post, but and we will do a blog post. But I think it's important that you hear it directly from me, because ultimately that's where the decision has lied, and I've made that decision. But yeah, like I say, we aren't going anywhere. We'll still have the Telegram group, and we still have the support check. So, ladies and gentlemen, speak to you very soon, and I'm sure in the future our paths will cross on many, many occasions. But again, we will do more talks if needed. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Speak soon.